Good day, everybody. Just checking my sound. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, and thank you so much for all of your blessings. Thank you for my family, and thank you for all your provisions. Thank you for your goodness and your kindness and your grace and your mercy upon me. I ask that you would give me wisdom and discernment as I go into the market, and I also pray the same for anybody that's following along, and remind me to be grateful for every 2 pips that we pull in today. In the name of Jesus, Yeshua, amen. So it is Wednesday. I didn't realize. I can't believe it's Wednesday. Non-farm employment at 8:30. All right, it's going to be a good morning. It's going to be a good morning. I just need to get my starting balance. $10,481.03. All right. Good morning, Larry. How are you doing today? Thanks so much for just showing up like on time every morning. Good and consistent. Oh yeah, you can see that even this 1 minute candle, people are showing up to trade. Look at it move back and forth. That's good. That's really good. Okay, let's just go over to the daily. So on Monday, we had a nice clean break out of that consolidation to the upside. Tuesday, yesterday, we had a little bit of a rest day. And that makes sense now that we've got non-farm this morning, or today, depending on where you are. So here we are in this little rest phase. We'll see if we're going to consolidate or if we're going to have a break to one side or the other with the news. I'm going to just clean up this chart again. All right, I want to just put some new important lines back on. So we got that one, which I had said we're at 1 well, I guess 1.177 is a pretty important spot now because of last week. It's just a little funny, like it's pushed pretty deep into all these highs. So I'm going to put another line in here where 1.18. So right in there is going to be a heavy spot to try and bust back through to the downside. Otherwise, we've got got a little bit of overhead resistance through 2 weeks ago. So let's see if we can put maybe a marker up there. Oh yeah, we hit the 1.2. There's the 1.2 mark. If the market runs, it should see something in that zone. Then we should maybe see something else on the tippy top on that high. 1.208. All right, let's leave those on there. Hey, Vin. Good to have you. I feel like it's going to be a good day today. Yep, non-farm payroll. I came in here and didn't even realize it until I read the news. Sorry, I couldn't get things together for our Tokyo session. This week has become a lot more busy than I had expected, and so it's not going to happen this week, but we'll see if we can get that evening session in maybe next week. It's definitely on my mind. All right, let's drop down and do some trading because it's going to be good. Okay, so here's our 5-minute. We got a little consolidation zone on the 5-minute chart right now. That is there. And that is about a 5-6 pip range. Okay, well, it's kind of hard to say, like technically, which way are we gonna go? I'm personally still a little biased to the upside as we got those whipsaws back and forth yesterday, which really would have been so annoying for a lot of people, guaranteed. But we have kind of this consolidation here. We got this up leg into it, so it's kind of like a bull flag pattern technically, but it's consolidation. It can break either side, so I don't know. Oh, you were awake from 12 to 2 last night. Um, is that planned or is that a little bit of a surprise? Well, I'm gonna just probably stay on the buy side for the moment. It's just the side I feel a little more confident in, although we do have this downtrend. So pick a side and let the news do the talking in 20 minutes. See if we can grab a few pips. I think we'll be able to grab a few trades before the news starts. You can see everybody's stepping into the market now with these candles, increasing liquidity and volume into the market. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Vin. It's no fun when you can't sleep and you would like to sleep. Okay, got potential little 3-bar reversal trying to trigger on the 1-minute chart. I had an attempt to get to these lows and it didn't quite get there. Oh, Vin, you're listening to messages from EW Kenyon and Kay Hagen. I've recently been listening to EW Kenyon and I'm way into that stuff. Great messages for sure. Like really good stuff that I had not considered. So that's some good stuff. Really cool to hear that you're into that. And Kay Hagen, I'm going to write that down. I don't know if I heard anything from that one. Kay Hagen. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. The things that most pastors don't teach Christians. A lot of those things from A.W. Kenyon are not taught in the church, at least today. Might have been different years ago. In fact, I think it probably was a lot different years ago. Yeah. And just let the Spirit lead as you read His Word. Try not to have too much worldly influence. Okay, I'm going to pick up another long. I can push down a little bit more. Just got my finger on the trigger, trying to wait for it to push down into these lows. Still on a bit, so I'm just going to add one in here. I'm just going to be a little bit heavier because the chances of the news taking these trades out are really high. So I'm okay. I'm okay to just go a little bit heavy in this area because I think we're at high probability time of day as that news approaches. So I'm going to see if I can just squeeze just a touch more out of the market for the moment. still add another one if it pops down to the bottom. So the premise behind being a little bit heavier is because of the volatility coming into the market. It's not that I have a great pattern or a strategy that's lined up. It's just that the volatility should be picking up and increasing chances of going up and down in the next few minutes and or 20 minutes or so when the news start happens. So it is more of a volatility play than a pattern setting up. Okay, I'm gonna add right in here. I'm gonna grab actually 2 with that burst down. I'm gonna grab 2 there. And we've got 14 minutes to the news. We'll see if this bounces right back up. I kind of feel like it might bounce off that consolidation. It was an aggressive little burst. Oh yeah, thank you, Vin. Yeah. Oh, I'm always looking for the truth. Definitely a truth seeker. I want to know the word inside and out, and try to not let my bias take over. And I have an upbringing in the Baptist church, and I try to not let that dictate the way that I pick up the word today, because I feel like each of our denominations can influence the way that we learn. So I try to just forget about those things while I'm reading and studying, and ask for wisdom and discernment so that he can work through us and show us the things that he wants us to see and learn. All right, what's going to happen here? We're going to get a bounce. We're going to get a break to the downside. It's holding in the lower portions, pressing down. I feel like this is it kind of like really looks like a good, strong breakout to the downside, like a good consolidation break. So you might, like if you're a breakout type person, this might be a good setup for you, but I just don't take breakouts. I have more probability just playing volatility than I do trying to catch the breakout trades. I've tried to catch them for years, and I find that I have more consistency fading the 1 minute price cycles. So for me, as I measure this price cycle, it's now run down 7 pips. That's generally the end of a 1 minute price cycle. And so it can press through, could press down and keep breaking out, but generally my thoughts are at the end of 7 to 9 pips, we generally get a pop up or we get a reversal. So, and then if it goes 7, 9, 10 pips, I kind of expect a pullback of some sort, because on average, that's what we get. And so there we go. Got some profits that did turn into like kind of a false break. That's a really good example of what I was trying to say. Gathering up a couple pips. we have an engulfing candle and a turn. So if it pops down, I'll take another buy. Okay. Notice this little gap right in here. Watch how it almost always fills that in quickly. Right in here. It's wide open space for algorithms to go and fill that little spot. There it is. Filled that gap. They are very high probability, even on the smallest of time frames. Those gaps very often get filled. I actually find that the bigger the time frames when those gaps happen, in Forex, I feel like they're just not as probable, at least these days from what I'm seeing. So, but the little gaps on the 1 minute chart, I feel like they just consistently get filled. Like if the market gaps up over the weekend or down, gaps either way over the weekend, I feel like the market just seems to be in no hurry to go and fill it. Like it usually does fill it over time, but it doesn't seem to be any urgency to fill the gap. And so like those gaps over the weekend, I don't often like place a lot of weight into having them getting filled. I just kind of treat them like a normal run up or down. Okay, if we get a good push down, I'll get a buy on back in on that line. Notice how that nadir candle lined up perfectly on that line too. So it's going to be a significant spot. Okay, getting my finger on the trigger. Right there, place a buy. And I'm not going to go as heavy the second time. I'm going to hold off on an additional trade for the moment. It's my rule that the second time we head down, I just don't place it as heavy. Still take the trade, just with a little bit less weight. How'd you guys trading go yesterday? How'd you finish up, Larry and Vin? Did you get anywhere with your new brokerage? Get to trade any then? Okay, just under 5 minutes to the news. Sorry, less than 4 minutes now. Oh, big loss. And a platform is doing stuff to make you lose? Get out of here. What are they doing to you? I've heard a lot of good stuff from Oanda, so that's kind of surprising to hear that. What's going on there? Okay, I'm just gonna take take profit off of these just for now. I know I said I'm not going to demonstrate doing that because it gets complicated, but I just got to just leave one on for now just in case. Just in case it gets a runner in favor. Okay, 2 minutes to the news. And with that one trade that I just opened up that I left the target off of, as soon as that market, if it goes in favor, I'll just make sure it's locked in and secured with a stop loss at break even or better. If that happens and I get the opportunity, just so you know, my goal is to never let any of those ever turn into losers if they are at first winners. Oh, what? While your chart was on top, mine shot down like lightning and took all my gains and more? Man, that just seems nasty. That's all I can say. That sounds terrible. Yeah, it could be broker manipulation. All right, guys, let's just gonna focus here for a sec. Okay, 20 seconds to the news. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh dear. That just hit my stop losses. Oh, I was wrong on that. Ooh, well, I guess we got a strong dollar. Yeah, 130K. So that is really good for the dollar. Well, I guess we got a little bit of a few gains to make back now. Look at that. I mean, it's a good thing I have my stop losses on. Look at that thing go. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to go short with that. I'm going to also leave one. I'm going to leave the occasional trade on to run to the downside because we've got a lot of energy. So I'll be fading and slowly adding some and taking some profits and leaving the odd one on. Okay, so this is probably going to be very active for the next little bit. It's going to be fast moving trading. That's good though. Are we going to get another push down after that? So we've now run, that first candle was 63 pips. It's a heavy duty push, man. People want that dollar to come back. I don't know if it's going to sustain, but for now, I got to go with that strength. You gotta wait for a pullback, see if that trade takes profit on that stop loss, or if we're gonna make another leg down. I'm gonna still put some shorts in here lightly. Took profits on that running trade that I moved to a break even. I'll look for another opportunity when it pulls back more. I'll add a running trade. I'm going to add one here. Take that stop loss off quickly. Just let that sit. Now I need it to pull back more up into this range before I do anything else. I'm getting a little too heavy on the lower end. Okay, here we go. Add one here. I'm going to add another couple as it goes up, pushing up. Going to remove one take profit from there and just let that sit. Take some more shorts up here. bad fill on my short there. Okay, strong candle to the upside. And take that one trade off, that take profit off, I mean, sorry. Just let that sit. Will we get a turn back over to the downside here as we're meeting this resistance on the 1 minute chart? Or will we break up? I gotta be careful shorting. Like, that was pretty good news, but I don't know. Just trying to think like the macro outlook, what this is gonna do. I don't know. I might be in trouble shorting. I don't know. I gotta just say I don't know and just trade what I see. Just trade what we see. But I think if I can get some more of these shorts for profits, I'm gonna be just a little hesitant, maybe a little bit lighter on the shorts, because we ran right into that level. We ran into it really fast too. That 1.183 just slammed into that level. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful I don't get too heavy. And because if this runs up, I'm gonna try and need to get in a heavy position in here to maneuver out of these losses. So if it runs up into this range, let's put the halfway mark on that candle somewhere in here. If it decides it's gonna run back up. Just want to have a game plan to maneuver out of these losses. So my plan will be to get into a much heavier position in this area, try and get a bounce down, and then look at that. See that? Oh, bad fill again. Okay, so what it is happening, what I was a little bit not wanting to happen. But you know what I'm gonna do right in here, I'm gonna add in heavy. Okay. I'm adding in heavy right now, guys. I'm going quite, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, I'm quite heavy, understand that. I'm also going to be super quick to close the entire position if it runs up and hits that stop loss. Because my rule is to close everything if it hits the first stop loss. Okay, I'm taking profit, I think. Yep, starting to take profit, so I'm going to get rid of a couple of those losses. Get rid of a couple of those. And if it pops up, I'm going to do it again. Because it is really... Okay, got a couple trades. I'm going to just, every push up right now, I'm going to add pretty heavy. Okay, adding heavy to the shorts. It may just run up from here. So I gotta just stay super focused. As soon as it taps one of those stop losses, everything shuts down. And I'll have to just reset everything. Adding heavy. Oh no. Oh, I must have just hit my 2% equity. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Man, oh man. Huh. Oh, is that what happened there? No. What happened? Why did my positions all close? Like I'm only down $50. Or is it, no, I'm down almost $100. What? Almost $100? Guys, I don't know why that just closed all my positions, but that is not fun or cool, and I don't know why that just happened. This position right here should be making up for all that. Oh, what is going on? Why did that shut down? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Did you guys see that? Everything shut down on me? I have a 2% equity protection running in the background, but that was not near, I was only around a 1% drawdown. So it just, don't know who did it. Don't know if it was my Traders Connect running in the background that decided it was a good idea to close it, or if FTMO decided too many trades and bigger spreads. Oh, maybe. Maybe if the spread jumped huge, yeah, maybe it could have. No, I don't know though, because like I didn't lose 2%. I only am down 1%. Well, I started at. Let me see what I started at 10,480. Now I'm down to 10,350. So a little bit more than a percent, about 1.3% down. All right. You know how we fix this? Go into ultra focus and don't revenge. Just trade what we see. We're going to trade heavily. It's the only way back. So keep taking the small sips. Use the process. The same process that we use to make money all the time. Oh man, I have not had that happen like that, like in a long time. Oh man, I gotta catch up. I don't have to catch up anything, Josh. There's nothing to catch up from. Well, guys, you're gonna just see me go probably a little bit quiet as I just focus in here for a little while. It's gonna take a while. Well, I thought the first loss was kind of funny, but that second one was not funny. I'm gonna take both sides. I'm going to corner this market every which way it goes. Taking profit on the downside. Taking profit on the upside, I'm going to short it. Any push down, I'm going to buy. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see what's going on here. So there's profits on the shorts. I'm going to add to the buy position right here. Any push up, I'm going to short. Short that. Taking profits on the buys, I'm going to short it. Throw in a buy. Going to short that as it takes the buy profit. And now if I get a few profits on the shorts, I'll take off one of those losers just to keep that price really close to me. Keep mitigating the risk. Going to short. Going to short. Going to get right in the short on the top. So we could see a burst up from here. I'm going to short that when it jumps up. 2, 3, 4. We should get a little pop back down. I'll take some losses on those shorts. Okay, it's starting to take a little profit. A little bit more. I can take one of those losses. Okay. Going to also enter a buy. Any push down, I'm going to buy it. Okay, took profit on the buy. I'm going to short it and turn into a few up here. 4, 5. Yeah, see this, those heavy duty buyers from earlier in the week, in the past couple weeks, are stepping in. Okay, so any profit I can get in there, I'm going to take off another loss on the downside. Okay, that's a good trade in there. Going to take a loss, and I'm also going to buy. I'm going to buy. I'm not even really watching my P&L. I'm just watching the lines get hit and doing as my process goes. When I hit profits, I also take the loss on the ones that are far away. Just keep doing it quickly. Just so you can see what I'm doing in real time. I'm like not even watching the P&L. I'm just watching those targets get hit. And as some of the targets get hit, I'm taking some of the losses. There's some profits on the buy. Gonna add a short. Push this down, I'll buy it again. Push this up, I'm gonna short it again. Okay. some more short profits coming in. So I'm going to take off another short loss on the downside. I'm going to add a buy, add a couple buys. As this drops, I'm going to get heavier on the buy side. We're going to take some profit on these shorts right now. Okay, take some profits on the shorts. I'm going to start getting out of the shorts completely right in here. Okay, we're out of the shorts now. And we took some profits. I'm going to enter into some buys here. And I'm going to be a little bit heavier, just a little heavier on the buy side now. Just because we moved up over halfway of that 1 minute candle back there. Okay, so we've got our news low. We've got this coming in right here. Got this pivot, so we should see some kind of bounce in here before it either goes up or down. So I can take some profit in here. Took a little profit. Gonna add back into the buys. Gonna add a good stack in here. If it comes down into there. And guys, I'm gonna quickly throw a fib on here. I'm gonna throw a Fibonacci on here. It's just not working. All right, we did run over 62%. So yeah, I'm now leaning towards the buy side. All those buyers are stepping back in. They do not want to have that dollar get too strong. So I think we're gonna work our way back up to where we were. I don't know if we're going to. I'm leaning towards that. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of all of these lines now. You can see now that we've drawn and seen stuff, just get rid of it all. Gonna add a buy. No revenge trading allowed. No, sir. Just good process. So now on the 1 minute chart, we had a pivot up here and we've pulled back 14 pips. Wow, that's crazy. It's good volatility. So now there's a good chance we'll see a turn on the 1 minute chart. And then I'm going to just add those little lines back in here. Okay, this is going to be an important spot right there. We'll add a good stack on that line if it pops down. And if it runs up a good amount, I'll also short that too. Any of the big extending 1 minute candles, I'll just fade them. They're high probability. Either way, if it shoots down pretty far, I'll fade that. If it shoots up pretty far, I'll just fade that. All right, let's zoom back in here. So we've got kind of like two shaved bottoms in here. And this little line of resistance that it's trying to break right now. If we can break it, it should send this back up to the top. There wasn't anything else to look out for this morning, right? Just FOMC member Schmid speaks at 10 a.m. These guys aren't market movers. Bauman. We'll see. They might maybe make the market move. I'm just going to lightly buy in this little consolidation here. Okay, taking a little profit. And he pushed down. I'm going to buy it again. Buy it. Buy it. Oh, I just have that image of my positions all closing. It's just lingering in my mind. From here, let's pull up the trade history. Yeah, like here's the weird thing. It must have been maybe something to do with spreads because it closed on the way back down. The market had pivoted higher. It's coming down and then it closed my trades for a loss. You guys see that? Oh. And then here, immediately after that, is a 14 pip move back down, which is what I was positioning for. I was doing what I said I was going to do. And that dirty somebody, I don't even know who to blame. I want to blame somebody, but I don't know who to blame. That's not fair. It's just not fair, but you know what? Just swallow it and just perform our way back. Okay, gonna buy a little bit more in this consolidation. Man, oh man. Okay, gonna try and get one more buy at the bottom of these in here. I'm seeing this as consolidation, so I'm just trying to get the bottoms of this at the moment. Then when it runs down, I'm gonna try and get a better stack on that line. Then I'll have to start taking some losses on those buys. Gonna get probably a stack of 4 to 6 trades on that line. Guys, I just blame the devil. I just need to just get my kids to quiet down. I have asked the kids to please not yell. So we'll see how soon their volume comes back. It usually comes back immediately. All right, taking a little bit of profit. Taking a little bit more profit on that buy, so that was a good little spot. And we've got this sharp line. This is going to attract the market to come right back to it. We've got this line right across here. It's kind of like a magnet. The market's going to want to go and try and break it. So these targets are in a good spot to get hit because the market's going to likely try and break that. Okay, so on the pullbacks, I'm going to get in heavier because we've now made a strong bar to the upside. So I'm going to go and as soon as that pushes down, I'm going to buy it. Oh my goodness. Boys, please be quiet. All right, trying to break that line now. Just bumped into it. It should try and push through. So I'm going to add the buys a little bit heavy. Not too heavy, just adding 3-4 trades here. Because if it pushes back down, I still need capital to maneuver out of that. So it's just a good spot for it to try and break. I'm going to just zoom out so I can see it. Yeah, okay. Just going to fade this push down. Okay, taking a little bit of profit. Taking a little bit more profit. We should try that line still. All right, so we're meeting that line again. Took some good profit before the line came in. And trying to break it. Trying to break it right now. Any push down, I'm still gonna add to the buy. Okay, add to the buy. Okay, taking some more profits. Okay, nice. And now we're getting the break. I will short the tops if it jumps up here. So let's wait for a candle or two for it to run out of that break. I'm going to add to the buy. If it pops down, I'm going to buy. All right, taking a little bit more profit. One more push up and I'll fade that and short it. Okay, hit that profit, I'm going to short. If it pushes up, I'm going to keep shorting. Because now, look at the price cycle on the 1 minute chart. We've now run 20 pips up. So this is a good spot for some kind of pullback and volatility. And then when it pushes back down, I'm going to buy again. Pushes up, I'm going to short. I don't really care which way it goes at this point. I'm going to do both sides. If it winds up a little bit to the downside, I will buy it, and I might hold a couple trades for a continuation up. If I get that opportunity as a heads up, that's what I'm going to try and do. Because I think we're going to do a full reversal of that 60 pip move today. I think we're going to see a full reversal, full retracement. Because of the amount of participants, you can see a lot of people trading. And that's good. It's going to be lots of opportunities over the next hour or two. Okay, there's one short profit. And just slowly buy here. Very slowly, because we're high. Okay, took profits on the other short. Okay, just gonna add a buy slowly. See that 1 minute chart, that 20 pip run up is now pulling back. Now it's gonna pull back and have a shot to try and break and continue through this gap that we've gotten in here now. We've got this free flowing space between the 62 level and the fib, which is right in here. And we've got this free space for it to travel through. So we might see this become a pivot high and then roll over. But I think because of the energy we've got in the market, just take one of those off. I think we're going to go and fill that gap up and do a full retracement. That's my guess. Okay, took profit on the one, leaving the one trade on. And any push down, I'm going to keep buying. Here we go, I'm going to buy. Okay, sitting up here wondering what we're going to do. It's pressing up into that 62 fib level. Just applying a lot of pressure. We could see this pivot and roll over and then come back down here. But I think we're going to see a test of pushing through that 62. Let's draw this. Why can I not draw? What's going on here? This is our current trend at the moment. So this is going to be a good spot. I'm going to even bring this one over here like that. This is going to be a really good spot for a bounce. So I'm going to go in pretty heavy in that spot. Okay, I'm going to just buy. Buy on the pushes down. Also going to leave one of those on. So that's like a second one I'm going to leave on. Any push down, I'm going to buy it. As it fades down, I'm going to buy it. We should get a bounce in here if it pops down. Okay, gonna buy, gonna buy, gonna buy. This one's going to be a bit of a heavier one because this is the first attempt down onto that line. So I'm going to go in fairly heavy for a quick bounce. See how I've got this marked out exactly where I want it to go, and as soon as it taps in there, that's the sweet spot, the pocket. I'm going to get onto that one heavily if it gets down that far. It looks like it doesn't want to go that far down. Okay, took profit on those. Good stack. And a big wick on the 1 minute candle. Okay, if it pushes back down, I'm going to also buy it again. And we're still building pressure to the upside. I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy in here. Going off of that wick, that tells me these buyers are really still behind it. See if we can grab some profit. Yeah, there we go. Grabbing a bit more profit. Okay, if it pushes back down, I'm going to buy. Every little, this is pure volatility right in here. I'm just trying to catch the tiniest up and downs. It didn't quite come down to this line. I feel like it should get all the way there, but it may not. If it's strong to the buy side, it might not quite get down there. This trend line might start to just be the catalyst for a leg up. We will see. Do you guys trade this news? Do you like this stuff, Vin and Larry? Okay, this time, not going to be as heavy on the buys as it tries to make its way down. Not as heavy this time. Okay, it's trying to. I'm going to add in here just a little. See his immediate pop right back up. Took that profit. All right, nice. Okay, nice. Taking a little bit more profit. There we go. And a strong 1 minute candle coming in. And this is really increasing the chances of a break to the upside. So on the pullbacks, I'm going to keep buying. Now that we've got that 1 minute candle, I'm going to go in a little bit heavier. That's kind of like the signal, like the trade that I take when we get that nice big turn. That first pullback, I go into that one heavy. So this is a good setup for me. High probability, and there we go. We're taking the profit on that. And now we're going to try and make the break. Well, I don't know if it's here, but it's got its opportunity. Here we go. Is it going to make it? So I can't let these trades turn into losers. So I'm going to just lock those in behind this candle. So those are secure. Can do what it wants now. It's really trying to make the break for that clear. And if we go through this zone, this is where I'm going to be also very heavy. I'm going to load up on the pullbacks. I'm not going to add buys while it's going up. But if it starts going up, I'm going to add heavy on the pullbacks. Okay, turning back down. We're not making the break yet. So I'm going to, any push down, I'm still going to apply some pressure. Just waiting to see if that turn candle is going to come in. Just going to add one buy. It was not a strong turn. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to hold one. Going to add a buy. I'm also going to hold that one. Okay, I'm just going to just adjust this a little with the new data, just tiny bit. Got a little bit more wiggle room for this to pop back down. Okay, still just leaning up into the 62 level. It's applying a lot of pressure. And we're still early in the session where there's a lot of participants. So that probability is becoming high that we're going to push and break through that. It's not certain at all. Going to add buys. Going to buy. Going to buy. Okay, it's a little bit heavy now, so I'm going to have to hold back. Wait for it to come down to this line again, maybe. Oh, nice, Larry. You're back in the green. That's great. Okay, I'm gonna buy on this line. And then if I can get a pop back up, I got to lighten up that top position because it's a little bit heavy. It's breaking that trend line, so it's free to make its run down. $600 mark. Yeah, so I want to put a line right on that 600. 1.186 right there. Should see a bounce there. And then I got to start taking off those buys for some losses. Unless we get a wick and it turns back up, but it is now turning back down pretty strong. Okay, just gonna start buying into this. Those bears are still in here trying to bring that market back down. Those same bears that probably took this down have been fighting for a while to try and get their leg, and now they've got one. Buy. Should get a bounce off of this spot. So I'm going to go in fairly heavy on this line. Right in here. Going in quite heavy now. Also going to take one take profit off. And any bounce I get, I'll take off a little bit of loss on the top side. It's a much slower, steady press down for those bears. Oh, it's just trying to bounce right now. Okay. I'm gonna buy back into that, buy it. All right, taking some profit. I'm gonna take a loss off the top. Start whittling away at that loss up there. Pushes down, I'm gonna buy. Okay, took a little profit. Okay, see if we can grab that layer. Okay, just trying to make a break out of this little consolidation. So it's just stretching a few take profits just a little bit further. Okay, my rule is to make sure that these little trades I've put in don't turn into losses. I also need to take off a loss on the top side. Okay, taking a little bit of profit on those buys. Slowly chipping away. What do we got going on here? It's going to try and make its way all the way back down. Gonna buy. Buy. It's trying to. I think the buyers are going to step in here. I don't know, but I just have this hunch. They've been working hard to bring it back. Those bears were really pushing through the energy of the initial news. They came back here. It's a hard call. I'm just gonna have to let this float around. If it breaks this line, okay, taking a little bit of profit on those buys. Okay, I'm gonna buy again as this candle's trying to engulf the previous. Okay, it's coming back down. Gonna add some buys. What time is it? 9:35. So we had the market open 5 minutes ago. Okay, taking a little bit of profit on the buys again. If I can hit that top stack, I'm gonna take off some more losses on the top side. Gonna add some more buys in here. Try and make everything I can during this consolidation period. Okay, took a couple profits. As that pops up, nice. There we go. Oh, strong candle. Come on, be nice to me. Take a loss off the top. All right, I'm gonna also buy on these dips. Seen those buyers coming pretty good. Had the shot to break down over here. It got rejected. And we've got a bullish candle right in the tops of that consolidation. Gonna go ahead and buy with these dips. Gotta be careful because it could just whip right back down as well. But I'm gonna treat this as a good consolidation that I can heavily make some profits back inside of it. That's the goal right now. Okay, if I can hit that profit stack, I can take another loss off the top. All right, taking some profits. Gonna buy on the dip. Buy. So I went in a little bit heavy. If it breaks down, I'm gonna be in a bit of trouble. But I'm gonna just kind of hope that I can gain some profits in this consolidation before it breaks down. All right, take a little profit. Okay, now if it pushes down, I gotta not go in as heavy. The second push. Well, this is still kind of like the first push down, so. But I'm just feel like it might want to break down here. Yep, there, it's trying to break down. Okay. We got a rejection to the break to the downside and an engulfing candle to the bull side. So false break there. Should take this market back up to try these highs. Just gonna lightly add some buys here, but it's now trying to make the break again, so just lightly. Taking a little profit. Touch more profit. Okay, trying to come back down again. Gonna try and pick off a couple buys again. Bit of a confusing market. Look at this is tricky. You got these lower lows that have come in. But it hasn't quite gone for a run to the downside yet. Yep, FOMC speaker in 15. So another wick with the attempt to break down. That is, it's adding to this little trend line that I was putting in, making this a confusing market. Trying to make these lower lows, and it also keeps getting rejected. So what are we gonna do? Can it make it? I wonder. Yeah, I just wonder if it's gonna try and really make a push down or not. This starts to give me the indication that it's just not able to do it. That maybe the buys will come back in, get a buy leg. Because eventually this consolidation is going to break, right? It's kind of a messy, funny looking thing, but it's going to break up or down at some point. Oh dear, looks like it's going to go for the breakdown again. Well, it's still applying that pressure down. Look at the 5-minute chart. 1.185 is a probable spot for some kind of bounce. Okay, another, it seems like it had another try to go down, and we're getting the turn back up. So those breakout traders to the short side would probably be having a hard time with this. Whether you're trying to catch that break to the downside or the upside, it's difficult. And it's coming right back into the consolidation. Okay, strong bull leg, bull bar. It's popping above that consolidation line, that 1.186 line. It's right on it. Okay, I'm going to add a buy in here on this dip because we've made the turn on the 1 minute chart. Okay, took a little profit on that trade setup. It's a classic move for me when you make that turn on the 1 minute chart and you get the pullback. I generally always take that one, that first pullback. Okay, this candle's flickering quite a bit. I'm going to buy on the dips. That flickering is the indication of something. Generally, we get a big leg or a big leg one way or the other. Okay, taking a bit of profit on those buys. And then we had a 21, 22 pips. I think we're due for an up leg here shortly, especially as we get to the new hour. We should see another, the bull should come back in for some kind of a push. Don't know what that looks like, but it's been, how long has it been now since we've had the bulls really come back in? From where we are now all the way back to uh, 45, 50, we're talking like 45, 50 minutes it's been since they've had a good push. So my gut's kind of telling me we're going to see a bull leg in as we come into the new hour. So I'm going to just hold for a sec on my positions. Let's see if I can anchor in for one of those bull legs. They'll come back at some point. I just don't know when or how. I just don't know when or how. Okay, almost at the new hour. I'm gonna squeeze a couple buys on the dips down again. Gonna buy. Gonna buy. Okay, took some profits on that little buy setup. And I'm gonna take a loss on the top side and get rid of another one of those from up there. You can see the flickering coming back in. I'm gonna buy. I'm also gonna hold one of those. Oh, I don't know if I got it. Yeah, I got one of them to stay on. Just in case we see a bull leg come back. See the flickering? That's all new traders stepping in right now. There we go. Some more profit. Gonna buy the dips, even on these 1 minute flickers. Taking some more profit. There we go, a little bit more profit. And we're running right into these highs now from this consolidation. This is a pretty big consolidation zone now. It's been kind of messy, but we're looking at like a 13 pip consolidation. And I left those trades on, so I need to just secure those so that they don't turn into losers. Just like that. We're gonna get follow through. Okay, nice. Hitting some more profit targets. Starting to break through the other side of that consolidation now. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm gonna buy these dips. We got a really strong break. I'm gonna lean back into the heavier side again. Right in there. This is the first leg up and the first pullback. This is generally the good trade setup that I like taking. Okay, gotta hold on those buys. Getting a little bit aggressive there. Okay, just barely bumping into those profit targets. There we go. Taking some more profit. Nice. So that's that first retracement trade setup that just played out nicely. Gonna take off another loss on the top side. And now that big layer up there is almost gone. Just whittling away at it. Okay, taking more profit. Oh, and I've got a third trade that I didn't take profit on, so I'm going to also secure that one. Actually going to move all these trades secured up behind this pivot. Okay, so those are all secure. And we've got, see the flickering too? We've got action. We got people coming in. I'm going to buy the dip still. Buy that push down. Taking a little profit. Just buy again on the dip here. The bottom of this new consolidation line. And then just hold because it might break back down. If it does, it will take a little bit of profit on those trades down there. All right, went up and we hit some profits on the buys. There we go. Nice. Feel that those buyers are still coming in, and we just had a wick to the downside, so that's a rejection to the downside, pushing the market back up. I'm just gonna let those trades sit for now and see if we try and get back up to that line up here. Let's see how far that was. That was from top to bottom. That was 30 pips. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those high action days. So I would say there's a good chance we'll try and get back to that up here. I'm gonna buy lightly this time, just buying lightly on the push down. Ended up in green in all accounts. Nice job, Larry. Nice job. Did you play one side more than the other, or did you just take some both sides? How did you do? Or how did you do it? Okay, it looks like we've got a 5-minute candle trying to close strong. Yep, a good strong close on the 5-minute candle to the bull side. Gonna just buy that dip and buy that dip. Buy that. Oh, that's a pretty big leg. I'm gonna fade that a little bit harder, as we just had that 5-minute bar close. So I'm gonna just go in a little bit heavy on that one. Nice. Perfect. So we had that 5-minute bar close really strong to the upside, and then the bears came and smashed it down way too fast. So I faded that one, and that was a good opportunity to make a little bit of money back. And so that was a good trade setup. Gonna also chip off one of those losses off the top. And that layer that was up there is completely gone, which is good. I'm gonna fade this pullback a little right in here. Gonna go in. Okay, not as heavy the second time. It could be that speaker member Schmidt could be just causing people to could be causing just good healthy volatility. That's good. I this is what I like, this up and down stuff in here. That's what we want, at least for this way of trading. Okay, now it's breaking all the way back down through that line again. So I'm glad we got rid of that layer that was up there, because now this is gonna have to cause me to try and get rid of some of those positions up top. But we made a good slow comeback on the loss so far. So we're definitely just chipping away and heading in the right direction. And then crude oil is in 15 minutes. We've got crude oil. Wow, what a morning. Seems like we're not gonna, I mean, at the moment, it seems like we're not gonna have a runaway market. Okay, a pretty strong leg back down. That is now a 12 pip run back down. So now I'm going to just try and chip away at getting rid of that layer that's there. I thought we were going to go back up and test those highs, but just got rejected. So I'm going to have to work away at getting rid of this layer that's kind of floating above that pivot high. Man. Buy the dips. Okay, making a little bit of profit down here. If we can just get a bit more of a leg, I'll take another loss off the top. And hope this doesn't just run to the downside. I don't know what to make of the market today. Here we go. Nice. Gonna chip away, take one of those losses off the top. And then if this can close strong, I'll end up trying to take the pullback again for the buys. We're getting a 3-bar reversal in here. Okay, official 3-bar reversal. So on the pullback, I'm going to go a little bit heavier again. It's not, it's just going up. That's okay. Okay, if it pushes up strong, I'm going to short it too. Okay, I'm going to put a little short here. Hopefully I'm not starting at the wrong time. You know what? I don't like that at this time of day. I just don't like it. I'm just going to take that sell off for a loss. I'm not going to do that right now. It might work out just fine, but I feel like we've got an underlying bulls behind it all. And if this becomes a pivot high off of this pivot and a newer pivot, we could just see a bit of a run. We just haven't had we had one good bull leg right off the start and the response. But since then, we haven't had a strong bull leg. And so I feel like at some point we're going to get a strong bull leg that comes in. And it could be at this time of day. So that's why I'm now holding off on playing both sides. Okay, just going long on this pullback. A little bit heavier on this one. So we have this leg up, and then this is the first retracement of that leg. So this is one of those good setups for me. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit more into this buy on this pullback. Okay, just hold there. Well, trying to make another run to the downside. And now I'm a bit heavy. So gonna have to just hold up here for a sec. See if it can turn. If it doesn't turn and it wants to continue to the downside, I think I might end up having to take a hard loss again. Because I anchored in pretty good on that last trade setup. Okay, we had a lower low that broke there from this one. So it's kind of letting people know it wants to go down to the downside, maybe test this pivot down here, or maybe even just keep running down. I'm not quite sure. Larry, I'm still trading the 1 minute time frame, but I might be yeah, I'm still in the 1 minute, but I'm kind of going back to the 5 minute occasionally just to see where we're at.